In this file, we're going to create a dumb assembly. Um, so we'll kind of talk about what that means. We need to bring all the components into one file. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to pull the first one out. All you got to do is drag and drop. Now you'll notice I could move it. I could rotate it left or right. I'm just going to leave it right there. I could move it up and down. I could free move. For this activity, it's best if we just kind of move them left and right. Okay, so the first one I'm just going to leave right smack dab at the origin. There might be times you want to move it. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Now, what happens is you notice a couple things in the browser. That first file has a little anchor on it. And if we notice the little block, okay, little block here has a little anchor. There's also a little chain that's a link. So that's now saying that this part is linked to this part over here in the arch. Okay. We also notice that our icon at the top changed. It looks like little building blocks. Okay. So that's that's what we got is little building blocks. So just like we were going to play with these blocks if we were a toddler. So this one, like I said, it came in at the origin as well. And I could poke the eyeball. I could turn the origin for this assembly off and on. That's also based on the origin that was used in the part. So those are staggered and offset a little bit because the origin, the way I modeled the arch, I sketched it and came forwards. And the way I modeled the cylinder, I sketched the bottom, the center point being the origin, and we extruded up. So that's kind of how that's working. So this activity works best if we just take those horizontal sliders and space out our parts. Okay. Another thing we could do, we could, when I bring in the column, okay, I'm just going to come this direction. If I wanted to, I could also use those vectors to rotate it 90 degrees. If you do that, you got to pay very close attention because we want to make sure it's actually 90 degrees. So that's one way to fix the orientation of that part. I'd like you to leave it laying down because I'm going to show you another way to fix it on the drawing. And it doesn't really matter which way you do it. I'm going to just demonstrate the other way. Go ahead and say OK. And then when I bring my window block in, okay, then I'm just going to drag this one all the way to the right. Does it really matter which order they're in? No. We have all the building blocks. Best practice, something I did not do, and I haven't done that much work, so it's not a big deal, but I need to save this file. Again, it's called Untitled. I'm going to save it. And in the curriculum, this is actually called Fundamentals of Dimensioning, so I'm going to call it Fun Dimensioning. Okay, and make sure that you are saving that to your correct folder. And for me, I'm doing this in my 4th period demo practice folder. You got to know where you put your files. So we'll save it and just leave it alone. We're going to get more into an intelligent assembly file coming up here with not too far away. We're going to assemble the components of a selfie stick. We're not going to worry about building them yet because that would be a little complicated, but we have the components that'll teach us a little bit more about assembly. Okay, so that's step 1.